Yes, first of all, kindly mute yourself. First of all, everyone, mute yourself. Right. I'll share the screen. Just all of you go through it. Right. So yesterday already one compound we have seen, K2Cr2O7. K2Cr2O7 compound. How can you preparing there? Potassium dichromate compound preparation method already we have seen yesterday. So once again, anyhow, we have to see that this is very, very important concept. This one, next one also is there, KMnO4, potassium permanganate. So these two topics, preparation methods are very, very important. So compounds, write the compounds of formation of your K2Cr2O7 and KMnO4 like that. They will ask in exam point of view. So very, very important. So once again, see that how we are preparing this potassium permanganate and K2Cr2O7 compounds. First one, what you are saying means chromite ore you are taken, chromite ore. So that means FeCr2O4 is called chromite ore. So this chromite ore, for example, react with the sodium carbonate and oxygen. Sodium carbonate and oxygen is reacted means it will form. So iron here, what happened here? Less reactive compared to here sodium. So sodium what happen? Easily displacement is takes place. So therefore, sodium chromate will be forming there. Therefore, product what you are saying, sodium chromate. Na2CrO4 will be forming plus it will gives here iron oxide Fe2O3 will be forming plus CO2 gas will be left. So that is first step. First step what happen means chromite ore, if you react with the sodium carbonate and oxygen gas you are treated means it will form sodium chromate is forming there and iron oxide Fe2O3 iron oxide is forming plus carbon dioxide gas is producing there. And now coming to see that second step. So here forming sodium chromate Na2 Na2 Na2CrO4 while treated with potassium chloride KCl. Potassium chloride you are treated means. So potassium is more reactive compared to here sodium Na. So that's why what happen easily displacement is takes place. Therefore, it will give here potassium dichromate will be forming there. Sorry, before going to seeing that last step, one more step is there. Just see that sodium chromate while react with any one of the acid medium H plus ion you are treating there. Either sulfuric acid we can take or else here nitric acid we can take. Any one acid medium you are treated means sodium chromate will be converting into sodium dichromate. That means Na2Cr2O7 will be forming plus it will give 1 mole of sodium ion will be left and water molecule is producing there. So this is second step. And next third step what you are seeing means. So here forming a sodium dichromate, you react with the potassium chloride. That means Na2Cr2O7 while react with KCl, potassium chloride you are treated means potassium is more reactive compared to sodium. Therefore, easily displacing is takes place. Therefore, K2Cr2O7 will be forming plus NaCl will be lefting is takes place. Sodium chloride will be eliminating. So these are the three steps majorly involving in this reaction, right? So compounds how we are preparing means first step is sodium chromate will be forming there. So the sodium chromate further react with any one acid medium means sodium chromate will be converted into sodium dichromate. Next, third step what happen means that forming sodium dichromate. Further, you react with potassium chloride means it will give potassium dichromate will be forming and sodium chloride will be left there. So these three equations we are going to writing for the preparation method of potassium dichromate. If they asking potassium dichromate a compound preparation, if they asking means you are supposed to write only these three equations and all you are going to write it there. Right. Next one, see that. Next one, see that. Next one, let us see that. Already yesterday we have seen that one preparation methods and all. So next coming to see that next point. Sorry. Just a minute, just a minute. Somebody's lobby room is there. Okay, right. Next one, see that. So next one, sodium dichromate. Sodium dichromate is more soluble than potassium dichromate. So sodium dichromate is nothing Na2Cr2O7. Na2Cr2O7 is called sodium dichromate. Potassium dichromate is a K2Cr2O7. K2Cr2O7 is called potassium dichromate. Sodium dichromate is nothing but Na2Cr2O7 is called sodium dichromate. So the sodium dichromate and all what happen means very easy, more soluble in water compared to here potassium dichromate. So for example, the sodium dichromate while dissolving in water, what will happen? So let us see that. Let us see this. Orange crystals of potassium dichromate crystallizes out. The chromates and dichromates are interconvertible in aqueous solution. So that means water, if you are mixing this dichromate and the chromate you are mixing means. So dichromate we can easily converting into chromate ion as well as chromate ion we can easily interconvertible into dichromate ion. That means both the ions are what happen interconvertible in aqueous solution. Chromate is converting into dichromate and dichromate will be easily converting into chromate ions in aqueous solutions. So that only they given, just see that. First chromate ion is taken. CrO4 minus 2 ion. If it is dissolving in H plus ion while reacted means it will form dichromate. Cr2O7 will be forming there. So that forming Cr2O7 further react with the water molecule like OH minus ion you are treated means it will form again here chromate ion will be forming there. So that means chromate and dichromate ions are what happen easily interconvertible. So we can easily transferring from chromate to dichromate and a dichromate to chromate and all. So that only is given the two equations are representing that. And next one, see that. So how we are drawing that structures? What are the structures for dichromate and chromate? Chromate ion and dichromate ion, what are the structures are there? So let us see that. Already yesterday we have seen this also. Let us see that. Chromate ion is a CrO4 minus 2. Chromate ion is nothing but CrO4 minus 2 is called chromate ion. So dichromate is nothing but Cr2O7 minus 2. Cr2O7 minus 2 is called dichromate ion. So let us see the structures. Chromate ion structure, how it will be there. So chromium here central atom is presenting there. So one oxygen atom at this top is present, remaining 3 oxygen atoms here downward is presenting there. Right. So this is what you call means here chromate ion. Chromate ion we call as. So charge how much is there? Minus 2 is there. Dichromate ion is nothing but Just a minute. Is there any other lobby room is there still? Just a second, all of you. Right. Right, look at here. So that is chromate ion. Chromate ion, we are supposed to write like that. Next one is dichromate ion. Voice is audible to everyone or not?
Audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Audible, sir.
Okay, fine. So chromate ion is nothing but CrO4 minus 2. That means chromium is the central atom. 4 oxygen atoms here tetrahedrally it will be occupying this takes place. Therefore, overall charge how we are writing mean power minus 2 is there. So power minus 2 we are expressing. And next one, see that dichromate ion. Dichromate ion structure how we are writing means there are 2 chromium. That means Cr2O7. Cr2O7 minus 2 is the formula. So this one how we are writing mean totally 7 oxygen atoms are there. So how we are expressing mean 2 chromium atom. First of all, we are taking the 2 chromium. And each chromium, how many oxygen atoms here binding means here 4 oxygen atoms. So how we are writing means, so 1, 2, 3. So 3 oxygen atoms for each chromium. So how we are each chromium 3 oxygen atoms you are supposed to write. And totally 6 oxygen atoms is over. Still how many oxygen atoms is presenting means only 1 oxygen atom is there. So that oxygen atom will be presenting in between the 2 chromium ions. In between the 2 chromium ions will be presenting there. So therefore overall charge how much will be there means here minus 2 is there. So that minus 2 you are supposed to write at the top of this molecule. So this is called as dichromate ion. Dichromate ion. So preparations, next structures. What are the structure of your dichromate ion means you have to write like this manner. Next one, see that. Next one, see that. So just the structure under how it is presenting there, how this attachment is happening there. So where to where bonds will be presenting there. That only give an explanation about this theory part. So otherwise, let us see that the structures of chromate ion CrO4 minus 2 and dichromate ion Cr2O7 minus 2 are shown below. The chromate ion is tetrahedral. Tetrahedral is nothing but looking like this. This is what you call me chromate ion. So chromate ion structure, how it is there mean tetrahedral manner. So that means chromium is how many bonds is forming means 4 bonds is forming this takes place. So that shape what you call mean tetrahedral shape like that we are called. Right. That only the given. Chromate ion what you are saying mean tetrahedral. Tetrahedral shape is presenting. Whereas the dichromate ion consists of 2 tetrahedral sharing. 2 tetrahedral is not, this is one tetrahedral structure. And if you are taking mean, this is another tetrahedral structure. So 2 tetrahedral structures under joining, sharing one corner with a chromium, oxygen, chromium bond. So that means like this, one oxygen atom, what happened in between the 2 chromium atoms is presenting there. So this is appearing like a dichromate. So that means this is one chromate ion and this is second one, another chromate ion. So 2 chromate ions is presenting there in the structure. So that's why we call as dichromate. Dichromate ion like that we are calling there. So its bond angle, how much will be there? 126 degrees is presenting the bond angle. Chromium and oxygen, what is the bond angle is presenting means 126 degrees bond angle is presenting there. Next one, see that. Sodium and potassium dichromates are strong oxidizing agents. Sodium and potassium dichromates are strong oxidizing agents. The sodium salt has a greater solubility in water. Already we are discussing that. Compared to potassium dichromate, sodium dichromates are what happen means. So very easily it will be soluble in water. And it is extensively used as an oxidizing agent in organic chemistry. So organic chemistry and all, especially here sodium dichromate or potassium dichromates and all, both are acting like a good oxidizing agents. Potassium dichromate is also used as a primary standard in volumetric analysis. So volumetric analysis is nothing but practically under practical laboratories and especially you're using this potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7 compound. In acidic solution, its oxidizing action can be represented as follows. So acidic medium means how this potassium dichromate reactions are takes place means looking like that. So Cr2O7 minus 2 dichromate ion while react with H plus. H plus is nothing but acid medium. Acid medium is reacted means two forms chromate ion Cr3 plus ion is forming plus 7 water molecule will be producing there. So here 6E, E stands for what you say me electrons. How we are writing that electrons means you should balancing both sides of the reactions. So number of atoms should be balancing as well as number of electrons also you must be balancing there. So this kind of reactions what you call means redox reactions we call as redox reactions. That means number of atoms should be equal as well as number of electrons also both sides will be equally you are going to writing there. So that's why we are writing here left side we are writing as 6 electrons we are mentioning there. Right. So how we are writing that 6 electrons means so product side how many electrons is presenting there. So basing on that product side electrons equalizing purpose you are writing here left side we are writing here 6 electrons you are mentioning there. So this is redox reactions we are calling as. Next one, see that. So next that concept only we are going to see that. Next one, see that. So iodide ion is there. Iodide ion will be easily it will be converting into iodine. Why lose 6 electrons? So 6 electrons here losing means what happen? I minus and what happen easily it will be converting into I2 molecule. Iodide molecule will be formed there. So iodide ion is converting into iodine molecule like that. While loses 6 electrons. Same like a hydrogen sulfide is there. Hydrogen sulfide while decomposing means it will give here H plus ion will be forming and a sulfur will be forming plus 6 electrons will be left. Next tin. Tin while loses 6 electron means to form here tin Sn2 plus will be converting into Sn4 plus will be forming there. Next Fe2 plus while loses one more electron means to become Fe3 plus will be changing there. So that means what is happening means so either K2Cr2O7 or else potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7. So K2Cr2O7 is also acting like one of the best oxidizing agent. So that's why what happened easily that oxidation states for these elements and what happen increasing is takes place. Right. How can you saying increasing sir like that means? So just now see this example once. Tin is there Sn2 plus while reacting with the potassium dichromate means to form Sn4 plus. That means positive charge what happen increasing there. Right. So H2S is there. Initially, for example, here 0 is there, for example. Here 1 is there. Here minus 1 is the iodine. It will become here 0. So minus 1 is converting into 0. So that means increasing a positive charge. So that means K2Cr2O7, that means potassium dichromate in acidified potassium dichromate is acting like one of the good oxidizing agent. So iodide will be converting into iodine molecule. Sulfide will be converting into sulfur molecule. Next, tin is converting into tin 4 molecule. Next, iron will be converting, iron 2 will be converting into iron 3 molecule like that, ion like that. So that means easily what happened while react with potassium dichromate means easily loss of electrons will be takes place to form iodide will be converting into iodine. Next, Fe2 plus will be converting Fe3 plus. Like that, these chemical reactions will be happening there. So next one, see that. So next one, see that the full ionic equation may be obtained by adding the half reaction for potassium dichromate to half reaction for the reducing agent. So that means dichromate you are react with H plus ions and 6 moles of Fe2 plus ion means. So dichromate will be converting into Cr3 plus ion will be forming and Fe. So 3 plus will be forming and water molecule also left it there. So that means here Fe2 plus will be converting into Fe3 plus. That is called as oxidizing agent. So Fe2 plus will be converting into Fe3 plus. So that reaction, what you are saying means oxidizing reaction will be takes place. So this is about here K2Cr2O7 compound preparation methods as well as how this K2Cr2O7 is acting like a good oxidizing agent. So these are the chemical reactions that takes place. Next one, see that potassium permanganate. This also very important. Another important question for this. Potassium permanganate. So potassium permanganate, how we are going to preparing means by using potassium MnO to manganese dioxide and alkali metal hydroxide. Alkali metal hydroxide and manganese dioxide. By using these two components, we are going to manufacturing potassium permanganate. We are going to preparing there. So let us see that how we are going to preparing there. Let us see that. So MnO2 manganese dioxide. So manganese dioxide while react with the potassium hydroxide and oxygen means to form here K2MnO4. K2MnO4. Dipotassium manganate will be forming there. Dipotassium manganate. K2MnO4 plus 2 moles of water molecule is producing there. So MnO4 minus 2 ion while react with the acidic medium H plus ion means it will form permanganate is forming there plus MnO2 plus water molecule is producing there. Right. So simple, same like that. Before K2Cr2O7 compound, how we are preparing this same like this manner. So there, what you are using K2Cr2O7 means chromite ore you are react with chromite ore. Chromite ore we are react with sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate we are treated means sodium chromite will be forming there. So that sodium chromite further react with acid medium H plus ion you are treated means sodium dichromate will be forming there. Right. Here what you are using manganese dioxide MnO2 while react with potassium hydroxide KOH plus oxygen we are treated means it will gives K2MnO4 will be forming K2MnO4 plus 2 moles of water molecule is producing there. This is first step. So manganese dioxide while react with the potassium hydroxide and oxygen means to form K2MnO4 will be forming. Dipotassium permanganate is forming and 2 moles of water molecule is producing there. So second step what you are doing means here forming K2MnO4. K2MnO4 further react with the acid medium. Any one of the H plus ion you are treated means. So K2MnO4 will be converting into MnO4 minus. MnO4 minus, that means permanganate ion is forming plus manganese dioxide will be forming plus water molecule is left at there. Right. So these are the three compounds will be forming there. This is first preparation method. So first preparation method for potassium permanganate means these are the two steps who are majorly involving there. So first step, once again see the first step what you are seeing means. So manganese dioxide while react with the potassium hydroxide means potassium hydroxide and excess of oxygen you are treated means to form K2MnO4 dipotassium permanganate is forming plus water molecule will be left at. Here forming K2MnO4, so that means dipotassium permanganate ion again react with H plus ion in presence of acidic medium. Either if you are react with sulfuric acid or else nitric acid you are treated means it will form MnO4 minus potassium permanganate will be forming there plus MnO2 and H2O will be forming there. So this is called as your first preparation method of your potassium permanganate ion, potassium permanganate compound. So commercially how we are going to preparing this KMnO4 solution means by treating here electrolytic oxidation of manganate ion. So electrolytic oxidation if we are doing means we can prepare commercially also. Commercially also we can prepare in this potassium permanganate. How we are preparing means just look at here once. So commercially how we are preparing mean let us see that another method. Oxidation process you are doing electrolytic oxidation property if you are doing means we can easily get here potassium permanganate. So first one see that manganese dioxide is there, manganese dioxide. So this manganese dioxide while react with potassium potassium hydroxide and or else we can treat here in presence of KNO3 potassium nitrate ion. So fused with the potassium hydroxide and oxidized with air or KNO3 potassium nitrate. So these compounds you are treated means so manganese dioxide will be converting into manganate ion MnO4 minus 2 MnO4 minus 2 ion will be forming there. Manganate ion is forming. That means potassium permanganate only. So instead of that manganate ion what then K2MnO4 dipotassium manganate manganate ion MnO4 like that we are writing there. So KMnO4 is nothing but manganate. Permanganate is nothing but MnO4 we are writing or else we can write like as MnO4 minus like that we are writing there. Right? So this is called permanganate. MnO4 minus we call as permanganate ion. And MnO4 minus 2 is called as manganate ion. Manganate ion, permanganate ion. That is the difference. So permanganate is nothing but MnO4 minus will be presenting there. And manganate ion is nothing but MnO4 minus 2 will be presenting there. Right? So manganese dioxide while treated with fused with the KOH potassium hydroxide or oxidizing with air or KNO3 you are treated means so manganese dioxide will be converting into manganate ion MnO4 minus 2 will be forming there. So here forming manganate ion again we are passing the electrolytic oxidation electrolytic process you are applying there. So electrolytic process you are applying means MnO4 manganate ion will be converting into permanganate ion. That means MnO4 minus will be forming there. So what you are applying? Electrolytic oxidation process you are applying in presence of alkaline solution. So alkaline solution is nothing but in presence of basic medium you are treated means MnO4 minus 2 will be converting into MnO4 minus will be forming there. So once again see that first step what you are doing means manganese dioxide we are taken. So that manganese dioxide what you are passing means so in presence of here KNO3 solution you are oxidizing will be takes place. KNO3 solution or air, right? KNO3 solution or in presence of air you are treated means it will forms manganate ion will be forming there. MnO4 minus 2 ion will be forming. This is first step. So second step what you are found means here forming manganate ion MnO4 minus 2 ion. Again you are passing an electrolytic oxidation reaction you are doing by passing electrolytic oxidation. So the main electrolysis process you are applying. So electrolysis process you are applying in presence of alkaline solution. Alkaline solution you are applying means two forms permanganate ion MnO4 minus ion will be forming there. Permanganate ion will be forming there. So this is the second method commercially we are preparing. Commercially we are preparing here sodium potassium permanganate ion. So first method under what happen means general preparation method. So next one is here commercially how we are preparing mean like this also we can prepare. This is second method, right? Commercial preparation of your KMNO4 solution mean like this manner. So two preparation methods also you are supposed to writing for that KMNO4 like that. If they asking means you have to write both the reactions also we are going to write in there. So laboratory method how we are going to preparing there. So laboratory method how we are going to preparing mean let us see that. Next one see that. In laboratory method how we are going to preparing this KMNO4 compound, right? So in the laboratory, manganese 2 ion salt is oxidized by peroxo disulfate to form permanganate. So that means manganese 2 plus ion, Mn2 plus ion while react with peroxo disulfate. Peroxo disulfate is S2O8. Peroxo disulfate we are treated means and water molecule you are treated means manganese 2 plus ion will be converting into permanganate MnO4 minus ion and sulfate ion will be forming and H plus ions also producing there. So that means manganese Mn2 plus ions while react with peroxo disulfate ion and water molecule we are treated means it will gives permanganate ion is forming plus sulfate ion and H plus ion will be producing there. So this is a laboratory method we are going to preparing there. The laboratory method how we are preparing in like this manner. So Mn2 plus while react with peroxo disulfate ion and water molecule you are treated means you are getting here permanganate ion we are preparing there. So totally how many methods are there here? KMNO4 solution preparation means totally there are three preparation methods are there, right? You have to write these three methods and you are supposed to writing laboratory method, commercial method and general preparation method also we are supposed to writing for that. Next one see that. So manganate ion and here permanganate ion, what is the structures will be presenting there? So how we are representing the structures mean just look at here all of you. Right. Manganate ion, how we are going to writing the structures mean just look at here. So manganate ion is nothing but what you saying MnO4 minus 2 MnO4 minus 2 is called manganate ion. So this manganate ion how we are writing and permanganate. Permanganate is nothing but MnO4 minus. So manganate and permanganate, what is the difference is there only for charge only. Charge only the difference. First one, what you say, manganate ion, MnO4 minus 2. Permanganate is nothing but MnO4 minus. MnO4 minus is called permanganate. So let us see that manganate and permanganate ion, what is the difference is there? So manganate ion, let us see that. Manganese is a central atom. So totally how many oxygen atoms are there? 4 oxygen atoms are there. So it will forming a 2 oxygen atoms here, double bonds will be forming directly, bonding is takes place with the manganese and two more oxygen atoms on what happens? Charge is here, -2 is there. So each oxygen is having one charge is presenting there, like this manner. So charge, how much is there here? Only two oxidation state is there, -2 is there. So that's why we are supposed to representing like O minus, like that you are writing there. So if you are taken here, permanganate ion we are taken. So manganese is the central atom. So totally 4 oxygen atoms are there. Therefore, double bond O, and double bond O, and only here one oxygen atom here minus sign will be presenting there, right? So only one oxygen atom here negative sign will be presenting there. If two ions is presenting, mean that case what you're writing, O minus, two oxygen atoms you are going to mentioning there. So that is the difference. Manganate and permanganate ions differences. So just only for charge only differing is takes place in compounds. And structurally, if you are seeing means, so manganate ion and permanganate ion, what is the difference is there mean? -2 charge is there mean you are supposed to write a single bond O and minus oxidation state you are representing there. Right. This is a permanganate ion and manganate ion structures. So both the structures are looking like how it is presenting there. Shape is looking like a tetrahedral manner only na. Shape is a manganate and as well as permanganate, and what happened means both also appearing like a tetrahedral manner will be presenting there. Tetrahedral manner structure will be presenting there. Right. Just look at here once again explanation part. Right. So let us see this once explanation part. So potassium permanganate forms here dark purple crystals which are isostructural with those of KClO3 or KClO4. So KClO3 is a potassium chlorate. Potassium chlorate is nothing but KClO3. KClO4 is nothing but chlorite ion. Chlorite ion. Right. Chlorate is different, chlorite is different there. So KClO4, potassium chlorate. KClO3, potassium chloride, like that we are calling them, right? So here what happened? Isostructural. What are the isostructural in nature means? Potassium dichromate and what happened? Dark purple crystals, which are isostructural with the KClO3, KClO4. So KClO4 structure, how it is presenting there? Same like potassium dichromate is also presenting there. Potassium dichromate structure also presenting like that. That means this only. KClO4. KClO4, how it is the potassium is central atom. One chlorine atom here presenting at this top. So the remaining under what happened mean oxygen atoms here binding is takes like this. KClO4. Like this manner will be presenting there. Same like this structure, isostructure. Isostructural is nothing but here MnO4 minus structure எப்படி இருக்கலாமா same அதே மாதிரி looking like the tetrahedral structure only presenting there. So KMnO4 while it will decomposing means it will form K2MnO4, manganate ion will be forming plus manganese dioxide and oxygen is producing there. So it has two physical properties of considerable interest. Its intense color and its weak temperature dependent paramagnetism. So this potassium permanganate, what is the nature they're exhibiting means? It shows here paramagnetism. Paramagnetism is nothing but due to presence of your unpaired electrons, they're behaving like paramagnetic character it will exhibit. This can be explained by the use of molecular orbital theory. So how we are explaining this paramagnetic character means with the help of your molecular orbital theory, that is chemical bonding lesson already we studied in 11th standard. Nitrogen molecule, molecular orbital diagram, oxygen molecule, molecular orbital diagram, next lithium ion, next hydrogen, like that many elements and all we are studying there. Molecular orbital theory. bonding, anti-bonding, like that. Votes and all we are using there. 1s orbital, 2s orbital, next 2p orbital, like that. Three levels will be there. So that is called molecular orbital diagrams. So with the help of this molecular orbital diagrams, we are supposed to explain this paramagnetic behavior. Next one, see that. The manganate and permanganate ions are tetrahedral. Already I told you that. So permanganate as well as manganate ions both are what happened, tetrahedral structure they're exhibiting. The green manganate is paramagnetic with one unpaired electron, but the permanganate ion is diamagnetic. So manganate ion, what happened? Paramagnetic character they're exhibiting. But permanganate ion and all what happened means, permanganate ion, it will show you a diamagnetic character they will exhibit. So why it will show here paramagnetic character here green permanganate ion means, so due to presence of here one unpaired electron is presenting there. So that means MnO4 minus ion, it has one lone pair of electron is presenting there. So because of this one lone pair of electron, MnO4 minus is acting like paramagnetic in nature. Paramagnetic in nature they're exhibiting. And here MnO4 minus 2 ion, what happened means, so diamagnetic in nature. Diamagnetic in nature. Why mean there is no unpaired electron is presenting at this compound. So that is explanation for that. And both these structures are how it is present. I mean both also exhibiting tetrahedral manner only. So looking like here tetrahedral shape only, these two molecules will be presenting there. And next one, see that the pi bonding takes place by overlap of p orbitals of oxygen with d orbitals of manganese. So manganese is containing d orbitals will be presenting, and oxygen is containing here p orbitals. So oxygen atom containing p orbitals, and so manganese is containing here d orbital. So these two orbitals are what happen mean overlapping is takes place. So due to overlapping of these two orbitals, pi bonds will be takes place. Pi bonds is forming is takes place. So that means p orbital shape, what you are saying means here dumbbell shape is present, looking like this. Dumbbell shape is present. This is one p orbital. So another d orbital, this is p orbital. D orbital is also same, double dumbbell will be presenting there. Just a minute. Double dumbbell shape is presenting like this manner. Right. So this one p orbital and one d orbital, both are here overlapping is takes place. How it is overlapping is takes place means these two are here side by side here overlapping is takes place. Right. So these two are the side by side overlapping means, so it will forms here pi bond will be takes place. Pi bond is forming is takes place. Right. Pi bond formation will be takes place. And next one, see that acidified permanganate solution oxidizes oxalate to carbon dioxide. So acidic medium potassium permanganate solution is also acting like one of the oxidizing agent. Permanganate ion, what happened? It is acting like one of the oxidizing agent. While oxalate ion is nothing but COO twice minus 2. Oxalate ion is nothing but COO twice minus 2 is called oxalate ion. We can write like a COO minus, we can write, and another one COO minus, like this also we can write. Both also oxalates only. So this oxalate and all what happen means, while treated with KMnO4 solution you are treated, permanganate ion we are treated means, oxalate ion what happen means it will be converting into carbon dioxide. So that means what you are concluding in this equation means here permanganate ion is also acting like one of the oxidizing agent. So that's why what happened, oxalate ion while reactive with the permanganate ion means easily it will be oxidizing will be takes place to form carbon dioxide gas. Same like Fe2 plus ions, Fe2 plus ions while react with the permanganate ion means KMnO4 solution while treated means it will become into Fe3 plus ion plus one electron will be lefting this takes place. Already we have seen this and all. Next, iodide ion while react with the permanganate ion means to form iodine will be forming plus electrons will be lefted there. So that means all these reactions, what is representing means oxidation reactions only. Next one, nitrite ion, NO2 minus. NO2 minus while react with potassium permanganate means it will form here nitrate ion, NO3 minus ion is formed. So that means all these reactions, what we are concluding means permanganate ion is also acting like one of the best oxidizing agents. One of the best oxidizing agents. So by using that potassium permanganate, we are going to write in here redox reactions. So redox reactions, how it is happening is takes place. So these and all we are going to writing for that next coming class. So next coming class and all we are going to seeing that this and all very, very important. So most probably they asking questions like redox reaction. This only they will asking you. Redox reactions and all how it is happening there. So these equations are all very, very important. Most probably they asking either 2-mark question also they asking there. 2-mark questions and 3-mark questions and all they will asking there. Iodide, how it is converting into iodate ion. Or Fe2 plus is converting into Fe3 plus, how it will be changes. So like that question, mostly they asking like this questions only. Let us see that once examples only. Questions and all they asking like that. In acidic solution, iodide is how we are converting into potassium iodide. Fe2 plus ion, how we are converting into Fe3 plus ions. Next, oxalate ion, how we are converting into oxalic acid. Oxidizing, how it is carbon dioxide, how we are converting. Next, hydrogen sulfide, how it is oxidizing will be takes place into sulfur. Next, sulfurous acid, how it will be converting into sulfate ion. Nitrite ion, how it will be oxidizing into nitrate ion, like that. These questions are simply they will asking like acidic medium, basic medium, neutral medium. So there are 3 cases will be there: acidic medium, basic medium, and neutral medium. By using that potassium permanganate, how we are easily how it is oxidizing nature will be takes place in acidic medium, basic medium, and neutral medium. You have to write here 3 all these conversions and all you are supposed to writing there. So either 1 or 2 points and all they were asking there. Fe2 plus how we are converting into Fe3 plus in acidic medium, or else in basic medium, or else in neutral medium, like that they will asking. So you have to write these 3 conversions and all. All these conversions and all very, very important, right? So this is about here transition elements. Up to this one, what you are seeing means transition elements and all we are seeing there. So this redox reactions I will explain next class. Next class we are going to seeing this redox reaction. This is what you are saying redox reactions only. So redox reactions and all how to balancing there. How we are converting one form to another formations, what are the conditions are there, so what is the redox reaction, all these things and all next class we are going to see there. So most probably these concepts also very, very important. The 2 compounds is important, as well as these conversions also very, very important. Acidic solution, basic solution, and neutral solutions, how we are converting this takes place. This also very, very important. So next session, we are going to seeing this redox reactions and all we are going to explaining there. So this lesson also very small lesson, but very, very important lesson. This lesson also. I think most probably this lesson is over. Inner transition element, only small concepts only left here. Just periodic properties we are seeing there, and periodic trends only we are seeing. Lanthanides, what is the lanthanide series elements are there? What are the major characteristics will be presenting there? And next, periodic trends, what will be there? That only we are going to seeing there. So only small concept only, inner transition elements. Most probably these concepts are here, transition elements only, somewhat big concept. So this lesson also very small lesson, and important concepts. Compulsorily they asking here 5 mark and all they asking from this lesson. Either from periodic properties or either from compounds K2Cr2O7 or KMnO4 compounds, or else now we are seeing that oxidation and reaction reactions. So this and all most probably they asking questions, right? So next session we are meeting about we are discussing about this concept. So if you have any concerns you are having there, any difficulties you are having, me kindly inform to me, right? So record work as well as class or notes and all, everyone you have to